All right, taking a look here. We get ready for modified heat race. The first round, of course, we'll run 2 rounds of heat races. Everybody accumulating points, passing points throughout each heat race. Let's take a look here at starting lineup of heat race number 1, making his debut in an open modified. Of course, a former IMCA Sport Mod Rookie of the Year, Willie Kirk out of Sloan, Iowa, the 27W, and Mark Tackett out of Bakersfield, California, in the 1.
Run number 2 out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's Justin Dunn in the T42 and Mark Norris from Searcy, Arkansas, the 10 in.
It'll be Tyler Stevens out of Paragould, Arkansas, in the 2, and Bobby Williams from Hermitage, Missouri, in the 98 car.
88, Sam Osmond out of Spiro, Oklahoma, and Jason Thompson from Higginsville, Missouri, car 20.
We'll go to the 68 out of Warrensburg, Missouri. That is Dean Willie, and Drake Finley out of Bryant, Arkansas, the 5F, and Jason Persley out of Hermitage, Missouri, going to roll off in the 11th spot in the 38C. Taking a look, 10 laps of distance, 73. Open wheel modifieds over IMCA, UMP, USRA, WSOTA, Power Eye, whatever sanction of you race, you can bring it to the Turkey Bowl. And it is going to be a Jim Dandy, 73 of them strong. Great field of them. Caution lights still on as they roll around. All right, getting ready to make their way off of turn number 4 for one more shot at it. Willie Kirk, Mark Tackett, Bakersfield, California, up there on the front row. Nice and easy. Green flag is out, and here we go. 10 circuits here for your first round of heat races. Making points, making hay around the outside. Is that one of Mark Tackett? Look out. We've got a 3-car slobber knocker down at turn number 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, excuse me. Caution is out of the racetrack. The 88 machine of Sam Osmond out of Spiro, Oklahoma, and the 38 machine of Jason Persley out of Hermitage. Your 2 cars around in turn number 1 and 2. Everybody doing a good job keeping things nice here. Jerry's got new, look at that. I mean, you see it right there if you're watching at home or watching over the top of turn 2. The campground's got new lights up there. It's like a tiki bar feel. Here we go, getting ready to go to green flag. It will be Willie Kirk one more time with Mark Tackett. Off at turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Willie Kirk, the 4th generation driver out of Siouxland, Iowa, up there in northwest Iowa, taking a very well liking to this open-powered, horse-powered hot rod. Old machine around the outside. Here comes the 2 down to the inside of Stevens. Race for second.
Down the back straightaway, here comes the deuce. Stevens to the inside on Tackett. They'll go side by side off at turn number 4 at the line. It's going to be the 2 of Stevens making his way towards the front. He's done it all on the bottom. Now he'll slide up to the tip top. It's got a little bit of ground to make up, about a second up to your race leader of Willie Kirk, as he'll bring him on down here for lap number 3.
Kirk jumped a cushion. Made that little mistake down there at 3 and 4, but was able to power that 26J, that old Jace Witt-owned hot rod. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Stevens out of Paragould, Arkansas. Down to the bottom side. Going to saw the wheel along the inside. Now the battle for third is a 3-car battle down the front straightaway. The 10 and a Mark Norris. Bobby Williams in the 98 car. Look at him slicing and dicing back here for third on back. But now the race is back for the lead.
Back up front they go, nose to tail. Now separated by 3 cars off into 1 and 2. Kirk to the outside. Stevens once again to the bottom. He'll slide on up on corner exit down the back straightaway. And again, that high side keeping the momentum. Just about a car length here for the 26W of Willie Kirk. Off into turn number 1 once again, and now Stevens going to drift up a little bit. He'll try middle on corner entry, closes that gap down the back straightaway just a little bit, but still time running out as Willie Kirk continues to streak away.
They'll hustle on down into turn number 3. Look out, got one around. Yellow's out. The red one of Mark Tackett. Tackett around, yellow on the racetrack. He'll go around up there in turn number 2, bringing out the latest caution flag. Beautiful, almost 80-degree day. Like I said, unseasonably warm down here. Just note that the Ozarks here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri.
I kind of thought the thermostat on the pickup was a little broken when I was coming here. Didn't really expect to see 80.
I was okay with it.
I mean, I'll take it.
I'm not going to complain. Watching a Friday night excitement. Modifieds. First time we've seen them all weekend. Of course, they had them here for practice on Wednesday and Thursday. But first time they've come to the racetrack in competition. Taking a look, we'll see 7 heat races in round 1, 7 heat races in round number 2. Total of 14 for points accumulation. Green's back out, and here we go.
Off into turn number 1 they go. Here comes Bobby Williams, that red and white 98, going to find the rear bumper there of Tyler Stevens. He'll shoot up 3 wide down the back straightaway. Dean Willie now going to try to make his way in there. A couple of Heartland Modified Tour drivers as Bobby Williams, the 2025 Series champion. He's going to take over that second spot here as we close in with 2 to go.
Jason Thompson in the 20 getting some great passing points. Right now, Thompson an 8-3 run, now 8-4 run as he works it off at turn number 4. The white flag whipping in the air. Willie Kirk just a lap away from his first open modified win. What a deal. Out of a sport mod into an open hot rod. Willie Kirk, your winner at the line. Going to be the 98 machine of Bobby Williams. Tyler Stevens, Jason Thompson, and Drake Finley's going to get Dean Willie at the line for 5 and 6. Heat number 2 going to come to the racetrack. Gary Gross, Farmington, Missouri, the 84G, and Weston Holman out of Springdale, Arkansas, in the 34.
Row number 2, it's Justin Jarrett out of Menard, Arkansas, the 60, and the 0, Butch Lyons Jr. from DeSoto, Missouri.
Adam Parmalee out of Cadet, Missouri, the 21P, and Jim Chisholm out of Osage, Iowa, the 24C.
Andrew Shepard out of Camdenton, Missouri in the 55S, and Tyler Wurzel from Mason City, Iowa, the 2C.
Final 3 starters going to be Ethan Hovis out of Wentzville, Missouri, the 7. Eric Redmond out of Sapula, Oklahoma, the 12. And the 5D is Devin Havlick out of Waterloo, Iowa. Waterloo. Mom and Dad live in Iowa Falls. Of course, his dad, a Super National Stock Car champion back in the days, Jeff Havlick. So they'll get the field lined up, ready to go.
Another 10 laps here around the quick quarter mile once we get everybody buttoned up and lights turned out here atop the flag stand. As lights going to go out this time by Gary Gross. Weston Holman going to bring things to action out of turn number 4. Again, for those two up front, the best thing you can do here in this first round of heat racing action is pick up the W. It's going to slowly bring it to power right about now as the green flag will flutter and off into 1 and 2. Looks like it's going to be a drag race, but so far Gary Gross on the bottom. He'll throw the slider across the snoot.
Gross will throw it there down the back straightaway. Weston Holman, the 34, back to the number 2 spot. That 60 of Justin Jarrett out of Maynard, Arkansas. Going to see Jim Chisholm, of course, USFTS national champion, working the top in that 24 car. Behind him, man, they're gaggled up 3-4 wide down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, back up front, going to be still your race leader, Gary Gross in the 84G.
Top 3 all separated by a car length apiece as here comes Weston Holman trying to close the gap. You've got Chisholm ripping it up around the outside line. First and second go to the lip. Holman right down around the middle. We'll see what line's going to be a little bit better. Is Chisholm going to start to scoot into the picture? Now Chisholm down to the bottom. That 24 going to go side by side with the 34. Can't make the traction off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He'll try it once again. Up to the top in turn 4, but it's still going to be Holman holding off the charge.
Holman right there in the 34 car, keeping Chisholm at bay. Justin Jarrett. It's still Gary Gross, your race leader, down the back straightaway. Eric Redmond there in the 12 car. Got company with that 7 machine of Ethan Hovis, but it's still out front. Battle for the lead. Gary Gross, the Farmington, Missouri hot shoe, working it there to the top of the racetrack. Weston Holman out of Springdale, Arkansas, moving back to the inside. They're wheel to wheel off at turn number 4, and this time there's going to be 4 to go.
4 more laps to go for the 3-car battle. Here comes Chisholm up to the outside. He'll tiptoe the top shelf down the back straightaway. New second place driver. It is going to be Jim Chisholm. Chisholm still going to hustle the high lane, trying to get it. As Jerry likes to say it, the daily double. Not quite enough muscle there on the top side. Oh, and around goes your race leader in turn number 1. That's going to bring out the caution here for Gary Gross in car 84G as he'll go for the spin cycle.
Yellow flag coming out as Gross got her in there to turn number 1. Back end coming out from around on him, so they'll put him under the caution flag. Chisholm right there to the number 2 spot. Weston Holman is 3rd. Or now he'll be 2nd, now is 1st. Great shot overhead with the drone there. That drone to just take us on a 3-hour tour around. Get a long yellow flag. Oh, we're on a live look in too. Get everybody a good look and see how many acres and vehicles and stuff are around here. Off of turn number 4, getting ready to come to the green flag. It is back up. There'll be 3 laps to go. Jim Chisholm going to race the field on down into turn number 1 and 2. It will be Weston Holman to third, but look at this. Justin Jarrett. Justin Jarrett going to bring that 60 car onto the number 2 spot. He's got a good run in that 60 ride now to the number 2 spot, but here comes Holman back to the inside. Crossover down the chute.
Down the back straightaway they go. Jarrett now back up into that second spot. Holman kind of bottles it up, tries to go to the top side, points it down to the bottom as the white flag will flutter. One more lap to go for Chisholm as he'll set the car to the bottom of 1 and 2. Second, third going to go bumper to bumper up to the outside line down the back straightaway. But heat number 2 checkered flag will fly for the 24C. Jim Chisholm, your winner.
I didn't talk much about him, but Devin Havlick. Devin Havlick will go home 4th, third to Weston Holman. Justin Jarrett Havlick with an 11-4, getting some precious points out of that one, as he'll need them as he'll go towards the front of the second round of heat races. So it's Chisholm 24C, Jarrett 60, 34 Holman, and 5D Havlick. There, you folks watching on Springfield Raceway TV, look at that shot there. There's the that's not the airport there. That's the campgrounds up there. They're on the bottom of your screen, but there are cars and trucks and trailers all over. Taking a look at heat race number 3, coming to the racetrack, it'll be Tyler Barker out of Springfield, Missouri, the 32, and my buddy Keith Hammett out of Brooklyn, Arkansas, the 29H.
We're number 2 inside from Savage, Minnesota. It's Troy Gunnamanson of the 21G, and outside the 2025 USMTS National Champion. It's the Rocket Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas.
Look at there, the 85D. That's old Fluffy Mark Dotson out of Cameron, Missouri, into his outside, driving the Andrews Auto Sports number 11. It is Tom Berry Jr.
Jared Dotson out of Baxter Springs, Kansas, the 247. Outside of him, it's Chris Lewis from Springdale, Arkansas, the 15L.
We'll go to the final 3 starters out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. That is Brandon Schmidt, the 20S. There's my good buddy, the Global Plus number 8 of Kyle Steffens out of St. Charles, Missouri. And Tyler Fry out of Belleville, Kansas in the 77. So, man, you got a stacked up here. You got Sanders, you got Hammett, Dotson, Berry, Brandon Schmidt, another hot rodder out of Beaver Dam. Kyle Steffen, of course, does most of his time in a USAC Silver Crown car. Said, I always like to enjoy getting that modified out. I have fun driving that Elite chassis, so we'll watch him from deep in the field. So Tyler Fry driving that 77. That's an old Meatloaf car. Meatloaf's been in that
Motorsports.
Thing. I know.
They had some issues getting here this week.
Yeah, they always have issues at Meatloaf Motorsports. Here we go. Coming off of turn number 4. The green flag is out. We'll race them on down. 10 laps. Passing cars is what you need to do.
Off to 1 and 2. Here comes the 20 of Sanders down the back straightaway. Rodney Sanders up into that second spot already. Started in the 4th position. He'll bring him down the front straightaway. Lap number 1 going to be led by the 29H of Keith Hammond.
Hammond will go up the racetrack. That's going to let the 20 machine of Rodney Sanders. Team cars working there side by side. Sanders last night had electrical troubles in practice. They could not get the car to fire, but man, she is hitting on all 8 cylinders of Cornet power down the back straightaway. Sanders, the happy Texas racer, followed by Keith Hammett out of Brooklyn, Arkansas. Back to the inside, Tom Berry Jr. in that number 11 car. Rip the lip, Fluffy. Right back there, Dotson, and now Kyle Steffens coming. It'll be the 8 and the 85D side by side off of turn number 4 for the number 4 spot.
On an island there all by his lonesome in that 3rd spot is TBJ, Tom Berry Jr., former Turkey Bowl winner. Trying to at least make his way into the show right now, still on an island, just kind of minding his time up to the outside, searching a little bit. He's trying to find something to catch this 1.1 second race lead up to Hammett and Sanders to go down the back straightaway. Now some company as here comes Mark Dotson, the 85D, as he'll get to the inside last time through 1 and 2.
Fluffy on the move. Kyle Steffens right behind him in that 8 car. It's still happy Texas racer Rodney Sanders, a 4-1 run right now, getting some points. Izzy hustles the top of turn 3 and 4. 3 laps to go this time. 20, then it is a 29 of Hammett. In the number 2 spot, Tom Berry in third. Dotson is fourth. Stephens is fifth this time by 2 to go. Hang out, turn 2. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Caution on the racetrack there, Tanner, for the number. Can't see the number on the car from our spot up here. 21G of Troy Goodmanson out of Savage, Minnesota, going around over there. They'll stack things up here is Rodney Sanders having a good run up there, showing the field how it's done. So as they work around, one to go, going to be the command out of the starter stand. Sanders, Hammett, and Berry make up your first 2 rows, looking to go back to the green flag. Easy does it. Field hustling on the back straightaway. You're in another Weir's Machine heat race for your modifieds. Back under the green. Hammett's going to have Tom Berry to the outside. Tom Berry works the top. Got a big run. Gets him down the back straightaway. Hammett back in there. Gets shuffled around. Now Dodson's there. Here comes TBJ working on Rodney Sanders. Sanders, you've got company. That 11 car has made his way to the rear deck.
Battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. Here comes TBJ down to the inside. Sanders up top. White flag and a flutter. One more lap to go. Rodney Sanders leads by 2 car lengths once again. 20 to the bottom, 11 up top. See if Berry can get a good run down the back straightaway off into 3 and 4. Who's going to win? Heat number 3. Berry to the bottom. Side by side they go. Rodney Sanders, though, going to be your Heat 3 winner in the 20.
Sanders will be followed by Tom Berry Jr., Mark Dotson, Kyle Stephens, and Keith Hammett. So it'll be 20R, 11, 85D, 8, and 29H, your top 5. One of them old names from been around racing a long time, been in a modified, spent a lot of time in a late model. Mark Bergdorf out of Quincy, Illinois in the 03B, and Joe Gotze out of Bedford, Indiana in the 14G.
29 car of Jace Gay out of Harbor, Missouri, inside of row number 2, and Gabe Hodges from Lebo, Kansas in the 7H.
We'll see the Chandler, Oklahoma race for the 21 is Chris Wilhite Jr. And to his outside, add 10 to the number. It is 31 of Bentonville, Arkansas's Matt Thompson.
Chris Lloyd in the 1X out of Peach Orchard, Arkansas, and Jake Davis from Hackett, Arkansas in the 7D.
Going to the final row to be the ninth place starter, Steve Pickow out of Hill Ridge, Missouri, the OX, and Carl Murphy Jr. out of Coalfield, Missouri, the X2M. So that is the starting lineup presented by Weir's Machine and Racing Products, of course, for all your trickery. Check them out at Weir's Machine and Racing Products. If you need it for your race car, they can get you some trickery. Check them out online. Of course, big thanks to Home Pro Pools and Ameriflex, hose and fittings, for their great sponsorship here all weekend long at the Turkey Bowl. This one doesn't look real good, so we're going to bring it back. You know what that turkey said down there to that start right there?
What? What does that translate to?
No start. That's exactly how it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Many talents for you.
I can speak turkey. All right, looking for the green flag. That one a little better as we go into turn number 1. Mark Bergdorf down the inside. Going to hustle side by side off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4, going to be that 14G of the Indiana racer of Joe Gotze. Gotze going to take the lead here to lap number 1, Bergdorf, and then the 7H of Gabe Hodges. That's now 2 and 3 down the back straightaway.
Hodges on a march to the outside line. He'll go there once again through 3 and 4. See if he can get it, but here comes Bergdorf back on the inside. Trouble around in turn number 4. Appears to be the 29, Jace Gay going for the spin cycles. That'll bring out the caution flag.
So the 7D going to be penalized with contact and the scoop to loop there on the there. So the 7D of Jake Davis also going to be joining the 29 car of Jace Gay out of Farber, Missouri. where Farber's at. A lot of these Missouri towns I don't know. Yep, there you go. Kind of scooped the loop down there. Seeing there on Springfield Raceway TV. Just gets in the back and, well, doesn't do nothing to keep her up there. And the green comes out. 2 down, 14 up. Godsey, the Indiana racer, the Hoosier State hot rod, working the number 1 spot. Oh my, Bergdorf there out of Quincy, Illinois. Now got the white 7-8 to Gabe Hodges on the inside. 21 at Chris Wilhite Jr. down there in that 21 to the number 4 spot. Side by side for 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's all the rage down the front straightaway as Hodges goes to second.
Hodges gets that second spot. Bergdorf not going to give up yet. The top side is the dominant side, at least on the restart. Everybody else going to have to kind of build up the momentum down around the bottom as Godsey, your race leader, leads by this time probably about half a second back to Gabe Hodges here. They'll funnel off into 1 and 2. Now top 3 going to go catfishing down around the bottom. Here comes that 0X of Pickow as started towards the tail, marching now up into the top 5 as he has got 4 more laps to try to get some more points.
They'll hurry on in there. It's still Godsey, Hodges, Bergdorf, Pickow right there picking them off, and look at this. The 29 of Jace Gay, he's coming through. Of course, passing points are only from your original starting spot. So those moves and shakes from the tail after that yellow are not counting or getting in passing positions because he started up there in 3rd. Right now he is even keel on the dock for the points.
All this going on, got a battle for the race lead. Picking on back up as Godsey still leads Hodges. Had a couple peeks to the inside. 2 more to go. This time the white flag will flutter. Side by side they go. 1 more lap. Who's it going to be for heat number 4?
Down the front straightaway. Battle for the number 3 spot. Bergdorf on the bottom. Gay to the outside. Wheel to wheel. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be easy pickings for Joe Godsey to the win. Mark Hodges, and at the line, Jace Gay by 14 1/1000ths of a second over the 03B of Mark Bergdorf and Steve Pickow. Your top 5, so 14G, 7H, 29, 03B, and 0X. Your top 5. As it'll be Shadron Turner out of St. Joe, Missouri, the 56, and Damian Kiefer out of St. Genevieve, Missouri, in the 0DK.
Run number 2, it is the Cookie Monster out of Wichita, Kansas. The 10B of Brandon Gibbons, and outside from Westville, Oklahoma, 7-12. It's Trevor Hughes.
We'll see Hodine out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 39, and John Dimmitt out of Macomb, Illinois, the 21D.
Run number 4 from Fenton, Missouri. It's Ken Schrader in the 9. 84, Ryan Gilmore out of Springfield, Mo.
We'll see Trent Wiesbrod out of Monroe, Wisconsin, the 492, and Chris Spalding out of Montgomery City, Missouri, the 29S. So that is your starting grid for heat race number 5 of your Weir's Machine and Race Products first round of heat races. Caution lights staying on as they get the field formed up down the back straightaway.
We got a late entry. It's the drone.
Yeah, the drone. He always makes his way in there. Talked to Damian Kiefer earlier in the week and kind of had to make fun of his. I said, man, that's a funny looking sail panel there on the right side. He goes, oh yeah, we kind of tipped it over once and we just never straightened it out. So, of course, he had a great run last year here at the Turkey Bowl, making his way through a B main last year to make his way into the A. At 56 of Shadron Turner out of St. Joe, Missouri, going to sit outside or inside of row number 1. This one going green down the front straightaway.
Off the turn number 1, Shadron Turner. He'll rock it to the early race lead. Here comes Trevor Hughes to second. Brandon Gibbons has got the 3rd spot. Maybe not for long, as Gibbons has got company up on the top shelf. Lap number 1, though. Is it going to be the 56? Is it going to be the 7-12? Shadron Turner, your race leader.
Down the front straightaway, it will be once again Hughes, 2nd-generation driver out of Oklahoma. Working it to the number 2 spot. 3rd right now is going to be Damian Kiefer. Kiefer's got to run. They'll hurry off at turn number 4. Kiefer to 3rd. Battle for 4th. Watch the 21D of John Dimmitt out of Macomb, Illinois. He's got that 10B of Brandon Gibbons down to the inside of him. 2-3 car battle right now for 4th on back as they thunder the front straightaway.
A little bit of contact around. Oh, Gibbons going to save it. He'll go through the infield back up there. A little bit of contact between him and the 21D. 21D's now got his hands full of Spalding looking to the inside as well. Side by side, 3 wide they go. It is a fantastic battle. 4th, 5th, and 6th up for grabs. Everybody trying to run down the top
Yellow.
3. Caution going to come out for Brandon Gibbons on the back straightaway.
So caution coming out as Gibbons stops, brings out the caution. Tell you, one of the things here with the different rules packages is a guy could just, sometimes a guy runs up a little faster on a guy on another guy depending on what's going on there. But the 10B was stopped, so he's going to have to go to the tail. But I'm sure he's wanting to go up and tell somebody of displeasantries. So just a racing deal. Wasn't anything intentional, just kind of come up a little quicker than I think he was going to be expecting. Maybe a little lane change and a groove move out of the 10B of Gibbons.
I will tell, if the camera lady posts her pictures, she had a nice head-on shot of that one.
So we'll see it right here. 6 to go on the O'Reilly scoreboard down in turn number 2. Weir's Machine and Racing Products, heat race number 5, back under the green as we'll storm to turn number 1 and 2. Oh, hang on to her. Kiefer went into a 4-wheel drift as he caught the Chili Bowl berm on the bottom, as old Jerry Hoffman calls it. Hit that and upset the car and shot him straight up the racetrack, and everybody doing a nice job getting around him there. That 29 of Chris Spalding out of Montgomery City. Now Yeoman, same thing, off the bottom, up the hill.
Down the back straightaway, a fantastic battle back here for your 3rd, 4th, 5th spot. Here comes the 84, Ryan Gilmore on the march, right up to the cushion, down the back straightaway. It's going to bring the 29S of Spalding and John Dimmitt in tow with him. Is that a 84 machine? It is rocking to the life, but only going to have 3 more to try to get a couple more points here.
So down the front straightaway there, it will be that 84. Excuse me, that's Ryan Gilmore behind the wheel of that one. It said Yeoman in that, but it is a Yeoman power plant underneath and between the frame rails. Look out, Trent Wiesbrod around over in turn number 3 and 4. That's going to bring out the caution flag. Yellow for the 492, and Snoopy sitting down on the inside. Yeah, Ryan Gilmore right now with an 8-3 run in that 84 machine. So Shadron Turner right there, your race leader. Trevor Hughes. Trevor Hughes in that 712 out of Westville, Oklahoma.
Roof numbers to the pavement.
I was going to say, I don't take Ryan Gilmore as a fighter. So when you said he got in a fight, I'm like, something. That kid get tough over the year, last since I seen him. But yeah, nasty little spill there. All right, getting the field set to go. 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered finish. It's up. It's going to be Turner, your race leader. Oh man, hang tight. Look out, troubles. Another one of the scoops and spins down there in turn number 1. Yellow is coming. Yellow is coming. Turn 1 is a little treacherous.
A little chaotic right here as Turner collecting the 21-8 or the 21D of John Dimmitt as they both spun as Shadron. Fantastic season so far. 5 wins on the Heartland Modified Tour in the battle for that championship. Is looks like Shadron able to keep on going. Dimmitt gonna find his way down off the berm as well.
Not sure if we caught that. Maybe get a replay. Here it comes on Springfield Raceway TV. Maybe show me a little bit before that as we got just the, you see this 56 around. Yes.
So 21 going to come to a stop down at the bottom of the racetrack here in turn number 2. So was able to drive his way up off the berm, as you see here on the replay. A little bit of contact there between Trevor Hughes and Shadron Turner. Again, little smooch to the front end there from Turner and Dimmitt. As tow truck going to go to the front end here of the 21D of John Dimmitt. As it's going to be a tough least start to the Turkey Bowl hunting season for him. Is tow truck going to get hooked up?
Looks like everybody's lined up. Should see the light go off. There it goes. We're still live looking on Facebook. Holy cow. We're going to be live all night. Green flag. Here we go. Some modified action coming at you. Going to be that 84 Ryan Gilmore to the top of the racetrack, the 29S. Look at that. 29S, a 10-2 run for Spalding. Chris Spalding, Montgomery City, Missouri, up there into the number 2 spot. You see Turner, he's already picking off some positions, trying to make his way back through the field. As it is Ryan Gilmore right here, the pride of Springfield, picking up the win in the 84. Chris Spalding with a 10-2 run. Ken Schrader, Brandon Givens, and Shadron Turner rallies back to the top 5. Going to be Brent Holman out of Rogers, Arkansas, the 17H, and Waylon Dimmitt out of Camdenton, Missouri, in the 55.
Inside of row number 2, it's Chase Witt out of Hamilton, Missouri, the 26J. And outside the 5, Reese Solander from Emporia, Kansas.
There's my old buddy out of Farmington, New Mexico, drives the 7M, the old number 7. That is Tim Nash. And Henry Chambers out of Baldwin, Kansas, the 17C.
58 car out of Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It's Gary Christian and Shane DeMay from Denison, Iowa, the 15M.
Final 2 starters going to be Cole Anderson out of Le Center, Minnesota, the 97, and Blake Arndt out of Brownsdale, Minnesota, in the 1A.
So it looks like lights are going to go out this time by. We'll be ready to get things kicked off here. 10 laps for Heat 6, 10 laps for Heat number 7. In the first adventure for your A-mods here. Again, passing points is going to go through the invert as well here for round number 2. Going to get everybody all shaken up. Lights go out. Drivers down the back straightaway off into turn number 4. Brent Holman and Waylon Dimmitt. Gonna bring us to the skinny pedal. Green flag up in the air, and here we go. Heat 6 thunders down to the turn number 1.
They hurry on in there. It's gonna be that 17H of Brent Holman out of Rogers, Arkansas. Had old Mike Striegel, the old outlaw, in that thing the other night, or last night in the practice session, shaking her down as they hurry off at turn number 4, the 55. With the 5 of Reese Solander right there, working down the back straightaway. Here we go. Hurrying to the top of the racetrack, the 55 of Waylon Dimmitt out of Camdenton, Missouri. Now it's side by side for the number 2 spot. Here comes the 5 of Reese Solander. Solander gets around Holman as they hurry the back straightaway.
Here comes Chase Witt as well up into that 4th spot, trying to scoot his way from that melee that is 5th and 6th. As right now it's Henry Chambers trying to hold on as a little scoot guys backwards. As Witt, Nash, Chambers, and Christian all up there. As up front gets a little bit closer. Here comes Reese Solander right back to the inside, side by side. Can he get in? No, he won't. Still going to be your race leader, Dimmitt.
Solander right there pulling Dimmitt. Dimmitt not picking up on the transponder loop. That's why you don't see him up there as your leader. He is, though, in that ain't got a lot of flash, but got a lot of speed and class down the front straightaway. It is still Waylon Dimmitt, Camdenton, Missouri. Here comes Solander. Now the 17C of Henry Chambers gets on around as they work him on down into turn 3 and 4. Battle for number 3 and 4 spot was a battle of the number 17 cars. It's going to be Holman. Look out, Tim Nash crossed up off of turn 4.
Off into 3 up front, Solander. Going to stab the brake pedal, slide it all the way up. They were side by side last time through 1 and 2. See if he can get back there. He'll take the top shelf one more time. As Solander trying to get some traction for action down the back straightaway, side by side. New race leader. It'll be the 5 out of Emporia, Kansas. Reese Solander. Can he make it official at the line? Yes, he will. 2-0, new race leader.
Solander had been digging to that 5 car, a 4-1 run off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Put Dimmitt back into second. Then it'll be Holman, Chambers, and Christian. Your top 5 coming on down this time. White flag out for the number 5 car of Reese Solander.
Up to the outside line goes Solander down the back straightaway. Here comes Hoover, Henry Chambers. He's got a run 2 to the outside, trying to get a little bit more points. Little smoke show down the back straightaway. Checkered flag. Solander going to win heat number 6. Then second place it will go Dimmitt. And third, it's going to be Holman, Chambers, and Gary Christian, the top 5.
It'll be Chad Lyle out of Lone Jack, Missouri in the 18, and to his outside, Jesse Stovall out of Billings, Missouri in the double aught.
22H of Dustin Hodges out of Centralia, Missouri, and Tyler Grooms from Trenton Moe in the 92.
I will say Blake Wimmer out of Wellsville, Missouri, the 0W, and Lane Traster out of Pure, Oklahoma, the 45.
Old TP, the 75. Terry Phillips from Springfield Moe inside row number 4, and outside it's Stephen Glenn from Hamilton, Missouri, the 26S.
Going to see Tanner Mullins out of Wichita, Kansas in the 02, and Peyton Phillips out of Chinook, Kansas in the 127. Talked to old TP earlier. He's parked out back in what we consider the Z lot out there way in the north field, and he says, you know, as a kid, I raced hare scrambles back here. He said the road that you came down to drive into that back pit area, you come off of that, and he said there was probably about a 10-acre, it was all woods back there. They raced hare scrambles with motorcycles and three-wheelers and four-wheelers. And he said, so it's kind of like old home week, but I just bring my modified big stacker back here and some Andy's custard, and I'll be happy. And I said, yep, I would be too, as we go green here on the 7th and final heat race for round number 1.
Down the back straightaway they go. Jesse Stoll going to take away that lead here in the 00. Here comes Dustin Hodges. He'll catfish to the inside, slides it up, looking for that second spot. Yikes, a little bobble, but everybody stays straight and narrow here on the opening lap.
Caution will be coming. Got one around over the top of turn number 4 as things got not the wing-dang doodle of the action you want over there. So we did get the lap in. Jesse Stove will be your race leader. Chad Lyle, Dustin Hodges right there. I'm not sure if former crew chief extraordinaire Cale Turner is at home watching. Let's go ahead and get one of these old Vanderbeek cars and see what we can do with this 22. And been having a real good summer. Talked to Dustin and the gang back there earlier during parking when we were moving them in on Thursday. Yeah, I don't really know what happened up there on the, well, that one car. Yeah, the 02 of Tanner Mullins. Apparently there was a blizzard over there and they called for a DOT snowplow, and Mullins was the one driving. That thing pushed big time to the top of the racetrack, causing that incident. Looking for the green flag. All right, well, that turned out better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, hang on. They got them running over each other down the front straightaway. Tanner Mullins, though, got a big green flag start on that one as he'll bring the out-2, the Wichita, Kansas racer, into the number 2 spot. Then it will be Hodges back to 3rd. Your race leader's Jesse Stovall. And watch that 18 of Chad Lyle coming through the field.
Another driver marching up there with Lyle. It's Mullins, Peyton Phillips, Lyle, all kind of slug their way up towards the front. Off into turn number 1 they go. Peyton Phillips trying to size up Hodges or Lyle. Down the back straightaway is 3, 4, and 5 up for grabs. Lyle now going to go up through that middle groove. Here comes Phillips down around the bottom. 3 wide they go as Hodges almost up and over the berm there, but he's maintaining there. That 22H in position number 3.
Stephen Glenn all kinds of crossed up over there. The old Paul Mall Orange Special. Working off of turn number 4, going to be Jesse Stovall, followed by Tanner Mullins in that 02 machine. Dustin Hodges in the 22, the 18 of Chad Lyle, Peyton Phillips in the 127. Ooh, got one off the back straightaway. Going to bring it back on as we hurry down the front straightaway. Race leader still Jesse Stovall, 6 down, 4 to go.
02 getting a little bit closer here as Tanner Mullins now to the inside. Side by side they go at the front of the field. Both going to slide up to the outside line. Stovall continues to lead. 3 to go. Car around tail end of the field. It's going to be Stephen Glenn. Leader's going to rush on by. The caution flag going to come on out.
So he'll spin that thing on around. Stephen Glenn. Around over there, of course, one of 3 26 cars based out of Hamilton, Missouri. Of course, stepson Jace Witt piloting the 26W, the 26S of Willie Kirk, the 26S of Stephen Glenn, and then the 26J of Willie Kirk.
We get set to go. Again, like Jerry said, 3 more laps to go. It's been all the 00 of Jesse Stovall, your race leader. Mullins and Hodges seen each other enough through the summer months. Down the back chute. Couple more points up for grabs if you're back here behind the race leader, but green flag going to go in the air. 3 more trips around Stovall. Gets a nice jump up to the outside. Here comes the 02. Mullins down to the inside. Side by side they go. Can Mullins take away the race lead? Stovall back up front. It's going to make it official, though, this time at the line as they will drag race it out of turn number 4. Stovall still your race leader here with 2 more laps to go.
Tanner Mullins right down there in the 0-2 looking for a 9 to, well, he's got a 9-2. He wants a 9-1 run. Working down into turn number 3 and 4 this time. White flag waving to the wind. It will be Stovall followed by Mullins. Mullins back around the outside. They'll power off at 2 and down the back straightaway. Terry Phillips trying to get up through the field. Into 3 off of 4. Tanner got something for him? No, he doesn't. It'll be Jesse Stovall, your race winner. Tanner Mullins, Dustin Hodges. At the line, Chad Lyle and Peyton Phillips, your top 5 there, as it looks like the old 7 heat races in the book. The old Busch Latte sprinkler wagon coming out.